All right. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming on, Areeb. So,
Yo, yo.
introduce you. Today, I got my guy Areeb Jamal on the pod. Areeb is a McMaster computer engineering and management graduate. He's worked in growth and tech with names like Polarity, Speechify, Hydra One, Bell, and Ericsson. And he's also built a creator presence by doing something a lot of people are scared to do. Literally, he's just himself. From a lot of funny videos, a lot of relatable videos, he's built millions of views and a real audience. He's one of the guys who proves you don't always need to have a perfect niche. You just gotta kind of be you. My guy, Areeb, thank you for coming on, bro.
Yo, yeah, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Hey everyone, yeah, what's up? Like I'm excited to be here and get into some questions with Yash. He's doing his thing and I always show love to like another brown guy just being himself, right? You know what I mean? So that's why we're here.
My guy, appreciate you, bro. All right, let's get right into it. People always say, just be yourself, but nobody actually talks about how scary it is when people start watching. Because when you're posting online or you're studying engineering, building a career and trying to figure out who you are at the same time, it's not just the content anymore, it becomes more so of an identity. So let me ask you this before content, before engineering, before anything, who was Areeb as a kid?
Damn. Yeah. Reeb as a kid and growing up, somebody recently asked me this, is just I always got my hands on everything. Like I was the most involved kid in school growing up. I was extremely outgoing. What I don't understand is I was super ugly as a kid, maybe even right now. But um the thing is I still had so many friends and I still knew so many people. But when I look back now, I'm like, yo, why were you guys like even friends with me? Like I feel like I would have believed myself. So I look back and I always ask people, they're just like, you were just like a guy. You were funny. You were doing your thing. Like you're just involved in stuff that you wanted to do. And that's like kind of how I was just raised. I think the positive mindset and like people see me being happy online, they're just like, yeah, that's fake. Like he's just doing that for the camera. And then they meet me, they're like, wait, this guy's actually just a content dude. And it definitely has to do with how I was like up brought. My parents are like definitely traditional Pakistani parents, except for the fact of like their mindset. They were always like never pushed me into any degree. Same with my siblings. They always told you do what you love because at the end of the day, they said there's gonna be time on this earth without us here. So you are gonna have to live through that. Why would we want to live our life through you? And just like a quick example, I always tell people my mom is just a very, very happy person. She's very connected. She went to Pakistan, came back, and the day she came back, she's like, oh, by the way, we have a dawat on Friday. And I'm like, how? You were literally gone. She's like, yeah, the auntie on the plane next to me, like, we're going to her house. And I'm like, what the? That's not a place where you're supposed to meet friends. She's like, no, no, her son's name is Areeb. It's going to be so sick. I'm like, yeah, that's literally that, like, epitome of my mom. And if you think where I get it from, that's exactly where it is. So like just that kind of mindset of just people all around you are gonna make your life better. That's always why I was always involved with a lot of things and I always knew a lot of people just because I think each and every person's story can teach you something new. And like it's something that you wouldn't have experienced yourself. So it's always good to know. So yeah, that's like kind of how I was abroad. Like I was always an outgoing dude and getting involved. And this social media thing was just like the final leap. I think I needed to like show people that I was that person, like building in public and like there's so many topics about like startups that have great products, but nobody sees them nowadays. So I was like, if I'm just a great, happy person, why don't I just show that to the world?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, like if I'm being honest, I could kind of relate to this because, bro, I'm always happy, enthusiastic with a lot of friends. Literally, I think last month when there was finals, one of my friends said, when I first met you, I thought your persona was fake, and I'm just like, huh?
What
How,
does that
bro?
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, What you mean, bro?" But then he's like, once I got to know you, I could see every day you're just like this enthusiastic person, always trying to do more, be more, right? And I'm just thinking, how has my personality felt fake? Because I always try to emit kind of that positive energy to other people. Because, bro, there's no reason to be that
Not to. Yeah,
boring.
exactly. Life is better to live it this way than it is the other way. Like you could just pick a side and stick to it, but I'm having way more fun on this side.
Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, looking back as a kid, does where you are right now match with what you imagined, or is it completely different?
Yeah, I think my only regret of what I do right now is that I didn't start earlier. Like I wish I had that confidence to do it earlier. I was a confident kid, but not in the sense to like put myself in the internet and like I said, like being ugly is like one thing too. Like you're like so self conscious
You're
and you
not
wouldn't even let
ugly,
people take
bro.
pictures.
What are you talking
So
about?
when I was growing up, I wouldn't even let people take pictures of me. So then like
Uh,
I don't know, once I don't know, I got braces and like I had pretty messed up teeth back then. Like I don't know, it's just you grow into more of a I don't even care. Like I posted pictures on LinkedIn today, I didn't even like them. I'm just like, yeah, but who cares? Like I genuinely posted a picture, I didn't enjoy myself. But that's just because I just literally thought that does not matter. At any point in time, somebody's gonna look different than what they looked like yesterday because they were set up yesterday and now they just woke up out of bed or it's just irrelevant as to like your facial features and nitpicking how your hair is in every photo kind of thing. Yeah,
yeah, bro, exactly. I think at some moments, you just gotta stop caring, right? Like, bro, honestly, but the thing is, as long as you do take care of yourself and actually try to become better, right? Whether that may be going to the gym or I don't know, fixing up some things, building a career, right? But at some moments, I feel like a lot of people care too much. Wouldn't you say the same thing?
yeah. It's funny. Like the people that are around me care a lot. Like I was recording a time lapse. Let's say this video right here, and like my roommate opened the door for a second and closed it while I was like cleaning my room, and like I posted that video and he was like, "Yo, can you take that down?" And I was like, "Take what down?" He's like, "I was in your video," and I was like, "When?" And it was a time lapse, like 10x speed of him just going and closing it, and he genuinely didn't want to be on the video. And I was like, yeah. So I had to take it down, re-edit it, and post it again. And I'm like, there are just people who are like that who just don't want to be online. But in my head, I'm just like, dude, why do you care so much? Like, you're not a as respectfully as possible. You're not the main character here. Like, it was my page. Like, people are watching me. Like, they're not gonna like half the people don't even know you in the back. And he's like, no, dude, people are gonna pause it, screenshot, and I'm like, yeah, teach their own. Like, I respect like people that don't want to be in my video, but being surrounded by so many people like that I think I really did break through that barrier of not caring, even though everyone else around me cared. And like the question you asked was like, why do people do it? Um, I don't know. I actually don't know. Like I genuinely, once I broke through that myself, I've come to realize that all opportunities lie behind when you stop caring about what other people are going to think because the right audience will always find you. Like if you're going to care about the people who are going to think bad of you, you should also care about the people who are going to think positive of you. Like why do you always look at the negative aspect of it? Like we're only on this call because I do what I do. You know what I mean? Like if I never did what I did, I wouldn't have ever lost people, but I never would have gained like a guy like Dash or like somebody else who's like equally as outgoing, driven, more like-minded people. Like all that's gonna happen if when you stop caring, you're just gonna find more entertainment and value in people around you and fun in your life.
Exactly, exactly. And I think for me personally, this started back in grade 12 where I stopped caring what other people thought. Same with my friends. We stopped caring what we thought, and we had the best year of our life. Like, it was so fun, grade 12. We did a lot of dumb things, don't get me wrong, but it was still fun at the same time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I definitely do think not caring as because bro, even starting this podcast, like I had this idea since last year, April, but I never really actually did it, right? I never actually
Yeah.
went out to actually do it because I kind of thought about what would other people think, right? It's kind of cringy. And even the content that I post right now, sometimes I feel like, do I really want to post it? But like now, even like watching your things, right? You're always posting whatever, and I'm just like, yo, I gotta kind of be this way. Just like stop
Yeah.
caring about others. You know what I mean?
There is a negative downside to what I do. Obviously, like it's
Mhm,
definitely gonna lead you to slower growth, where like people are not gonna have a reason to follow you because they don't even know what tomorrow's video is gonna look like. Like the
mhm.
biggest ask on social media is like me for me. Like that's like why would you do that? When I give you no reason to. So the fact that I've created the community of people that I have is like super astonishing to me. That's why I always say like people could have gained like 10K followers if they're like consistently teaching you something about AI or consistently giving you workout plans on like something in gym aspect, like those people will grow faster because I know what your next video is going to be related to. But for me, it's like I'm literally just a dude who like whatever comes to mind he posts. So a lot of people find it like spam or annoying, and then like or they like one concept and not another, so then they won't follow me because they don't like all my content, which makes sense. But for a creator side on my thing, when I'm sitting here in my room having to edit something, I like having the creative new thing that I'm making or like a different concept. That's literally why I was late to this podcast because I was just having fun in the editing stage. Where like if I was doing the same thing over and over again just because yeah, I like this one type of video, but I hated editing it. I'm now just creating for you, not for myself anymore.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that even correlates with real life scenarios, workplaces, playing sport, right? You got to kind of enjoy that aspect of it, right? A lot of people enjoy the AI aspects, like you said, AI gym, whatever it may be. You have to enjoy it to and to actually be good at it, right?
Exactly.
You enjoyed being yourself, and now you've actually built yourself into something, right? Well,
Yeah, yeah.
not that you weren't something, right? But
I was like, wow. Okay.
no, I didn't mean like that. But I meant like not like you weren't
Yeah,
already
yeah,
something,
yeah.
but you know what I mean. But 100%. And I want to talk to you about something more where I know you're a brown person. I'm a brown guy, right? You grew up in a brown household. How did the pressure from your parents or from anybody, school, career, and about becoming successful? What kind of pressure did you feel?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I said before, like everyone around me is like a nonchalant person. Like they don't show their face. They don't do anything. They won't even dance like in like a crowd if like a party was happening. Like it's very concrete on like where I was grown up, and I think it was just the lack of care. Like when I go to weddings and like my extended family is there, like I'm still like one of the only people like just having fun. Like and then everyone invites me more because they're like, yeah, Reeb will do it or Reeb will have fun. But I'm like, yeah, but where's everyone else? Like, why is nobody enjoying this as much as I am? So it's not like I let it bring me down. It was more so you have to just fight through what makes you happy. And I think a bottom level cliche, it's like that's kind of where it exists. Like if I like what I'm doing, I will probably continue to do it. It's something I think a lot of people don't do, and that's what I try to motivate through my content. It's like if you're interested in basketball and volleyball, but then you go to university and you never once do intramurals, it's like why? Like that's why your university experience wasn't good. You know what I mean? You're mitigating the things you like to do and you're maximizing the things you don't like to do. That's just a recipe for disaster. Everyone around me, like all my friends play basketball, so I used to go basketball a lot. But I love volleyball. Like I'm way better and I like volleyball more than basketball. So I'll just go to the runs alone. Like genuinely, people be like, "Where you at?" I'd be like, "I'm gonna play volleyball." Like, is that not weird? Like all your friends are gonna go do something, but you can go do the one thing that you like more. I think that's what a lot of people have a trouble doing. Even though that's where they'll find like the most their success or whatever. Like it was always like I was always involved in clubs and stuff, and that was just like my alternative lifestyle that like none of my other friends knew about because they were all living the same life. But I'm like, I want to do this other stuff, so I'm gonna go do it, and I'll catch you guys like later when I'm free. So that's kind of how it like continues playing out over time. But breaking out of that and doing that is the hardest part. That's why I try to tell people to like not even join a club that's like extra work or something you want to put on your resume. Do something that's gonna excite you that you want to leave other things for. Like you like doing that work. And that's how kind of ended up doing all the things that I did in university and now even where I am now.
Did you ever feel like in that process there were probably some people that were fake, right? They kind of faked their personality around you, or because of your maybe influencer, right? Um, you have like a lot of people, a lot of followers and things like that. Do you ever feel like some people may have faked who they were around you?
Other people faking if they were fake around me. The only thing I can think of like that is like the people that come and support me and like say hi, oh my god, I love your videos. Most of the time, those people don't even follow me on the internet, which is fine.
Mm.
But it's like the only fake aspect is like people on the other end of that. Like those people are supporting me, but not following me. Maybe they'll like my stuff. But then there's like people who are like my friends or whatever saying like, yo, I love your stuff, like you're like everything. And they'll just send me some of my reels and like I'll see and like they don't even like it or anything with it. And I'm like, understandably that's not fake, but it's like why? Like it just takes you 2 seconds to just show the
I
support
remember
that
seeing
you
a video like that.
yeah.
You posted something like that, right?
It takes 2 seconds for you to show the support on the video itself so the algorithm knows that you like the video. Like I love
Yeah.
that you like support me, but why would you not just do something that's free for you to do that's gonna help me out? So that fake aspect only happens when I'm like I confront them and I'm like, yo, like just double tap. And then they go like, nah, I don't really like comment on anything like that though, or I don't even like double tap stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you could just start for mine. Like I'm not telling you to go through my page and like everything, but if a video comes up, you actually enjoy it, just show your enjoyment through the free buttons on your screen. So that's the only fake aspect that I can think of like people that after I tell them still say no. And I'm just like, okay, respectfully, when I make it and you think I switch up on you, don't say I switched up on you. Like you weren't here
Yeah.
for the fact that to get me to where I am. Like it was random strangers on the internet that were helping me out. So
Mhm.
like that's the only weird part about fake people and like stuff that when people say they're supporting but they're not actually supporting.
True, true, true. So going off of that, like when did you first, what, like obviously when you first started creating, when did you first realize where people actually care about me being myself? Was there some moment where you saw that being yourself actually had value?
Yeah, I think nowadays there are people who like act like influencers and then succeed. Literally funniest thing was when I started, it's because I saw the Hawk Tua girl and I saw her become famous, and I'm like, yo, what? Why can't that just be me? Like, there's no reason for someone like that to be famous and me not to. No hate to her, but like, what did you do realistically, right? Other than one clip. Um, so in my head, I'm just like, there's people like that are going out and doing things. And you said the shift was like authenticity. I was like, I all I want to do is, even if I make it or whatever, if I made it already, like I don't know, but all I want to do is stay true to myself. And a lot of creators find themselves going down a niche and then they want to expand afterwards, and then they have a hard time. Like, you'll see an account with like 1 million followers do like a 5K view video, and it's like that should not happen ever, right? But it's because they've switched their niche. People follow them for one reason, and now they're not providing that, so they don't even the algorithm doesn't even show them the video anymore because they're only tailored to that type of your content. So for mine, where it's like I have all my views just because people are following me and re-watching everything that I post, regardless. When I put out a niche or like a specific different niche, it won't not show to my followers because they've liked everything of 100 different niches already. So that's why it's like I like that the authenticity is shining through, so that a lot of people have the confidence. And like the biggest story I tell people is like, or why I do what I do is, when I was walking through McMaster campus one day, like somebody stopped me and he was like, and like he didn't have any words, like he didn't say anything, but like I could tell he was like a first year student, like he doesn't really talk, like he was like kind of shy. So I just gave him like the time of day. I was like waiting. I was like on the way to Jumma, and I just waited for him to formulate his sentence. He's like, are you Areeb? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? How are you? And that conversation where I'm like, I love that the fact that you knew enough about me or like the person I am to know that I was going to give you a good response in return. So I think that authenticity of being the same person I am in person online is what allowed me to really have a community of people that are just like enjoying the fact that I put myself out there. So having giving that guy enough comfortability and familiarity of my face to be able to say something that's maybe even the first person he's ever talked to randomly on university campus, that is like what makes me keep going. Like the fact that I'm able to do that for one person, I'll continuously do it for however many more people it can affect in that way.
True, true. I mean, I feel like that's the best part that I like about your content is that you're authentically yourself, right? And whenever other people do talk to you, right, you give the time of the day. Like for example, for me, right, you're giving the time of day to literally be on this episode, right? And that's what I fully respect about you, and I hope a lot of other people also do the same, right? And I want to ask you, so I know for a lot of creators, they had like this awkward phase, right? They had this awkward phase. How's that awkward phase for you? Or was there even an a was there a awkward phase at all?
Yeah, yeah. The way I like to word it is you're not gonna be good at content. Like when you're starting, like you're gonna be trash. And it's the same thing as if I threw you in a MCAT test, right? Like you're not gonna do great on that test because you don't know what you're doing. If you threw me into like a health sci exam, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. So why would you expect yourself to do well on something you don't know how to do and you were never taught how to do? So when I started, I was terrible. And like majority of the times that I had a lot of shares of my video, I just knew it was people clowning me in a group chat. I was getting actively clowned in group chats that I was in. Like people were sending my reel and then roasting me. And like everyone was roasting me. And I was like, yo, like not everything can be a hit because I have misses, right? Like I'm trying new things. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, yeah, whatever, guys. Like, you won't get it if you're stuck in the matrix. But there's a lot of people like that, like just clowning on me for the buildup of getting better at something. You know what I mean? But making fun of someone who is trying to be better at something is the craziest thing in the world to me. Like that's where I don't understand. So that awkward phase is just you will have it, you will have to get through it, but it's like obviously you're gonna be bad at something you don't know how to do. So it's not like I'm gonna think I'm awkward or like I should give up. It's like shooting. I don't know if you've never played the sport of volleyball, for example. Obviously, you're gonna be bad, but are you gonna just stop and say I'm bad at volleyball, or are you gonna say I'm trying to get better at volleyball? Like there's two different paths, but it's the same thing as content, where it's like if you're bad at it at the beginning, obviously because you never practiced a lot, the more reps you get in, the more the algorithm will teach you, the more you'll know how to play the game, and then you'll be at a point where you're like me, where you can set up your phone, record, and post it in like 15 minutes. Like it's practice makes perfect.
Yeah, of course. I mean, What would you say about the consistency part? I feel like a lot of people struggle with that part the most, right? I mean, me, I feel like I kind of struggle with the consistency part as well. Like I try to be consistent, but then at some moments I'm just like, I don't even know, right?
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
would you say about that?
Yeah, my freest content sauce that I give out usually is you need to understand that not every single video you make that everyone's gonna see. So the place where I'd start off and make stuff is I'll try a bunch of different videos, and then whichever one did the best, I would just remake that video. Like dead ass start remaking all your videos, the stuff that does well. Um, but you also want to be creative and like try new things. Um, the second thing is you need to just copy what people are doing. If somebody finds out something works, like not even like a concept or like you're gonna word for word copy their videos, but like if their hook was literally like, "Oh my god, bro, I don't know what to do," and then they explain a story and it had like 1 million views, it literally the most key point about what they talked about was, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do," was their hook. So you start your video with, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do," and then talk about whatever you wanted to talk about. I guarantee you that video will do better than 90% of your other video because the algorithm just showed you that that works. Does that make sense? So that's where you need to start getting more consistent with. Is just the ideas are already there. The hardest part about content creation is ideation. Second part is editing. Um, so if you had something giving you ideas all the time, you'd be fine. But the thing I get most of my ideas from is my life. Like you're already living through your day. Think about how many relatable things you can think about. Like right now on this call, most relatable thing I can think about is like a tech issue, like POV. You're on a call and your camera dies. Like that could literally be a video in itself. Or like POV, like you're wearing a suit and I stood up to close my door and I was wearing my pajamas. Like that's like a skit in itself, like of what people do and get like 1 million views on. That's 2 videos in a minute that I can just think of right now that I wanted to make and could have made. So that's where ideation comes from. And then secondly, like if you have nothing to make, just open somebody that does the same thing you do and just take their format. Like what they've shown you works, and you'll be able to do that. The daily consistent thing of what you're saying is what I like to do is I have heavily edited content and I had low edited content. So content that's easy for me to make, like I can lift up my phone, record, put some text on it, put some captions on it, and I can get that out in 15 minutes. But then there's like my people maxing series, which is like a lot of different clips, music, overlays, sound effects. Like there's a lot of different aspects that go into that. So what I do is I post heavy edited content every other day or every 2 days, and in the filler time in between, so my account's not stagnant, I post small edited content to work on in the back. So like if you ever been like, "Oh my god, where's the people maxing episodes?" It just means I had a busy week, so I was just milking easy content while I was slowly working on a hard edited content in the background. Does that make sense? So there are people who do like day in the life videos, like Yash just lives life, or like Jack stay in the life. Their whole day is their video, so that the next day they have to have that whole day edited. Those guys are really, really consistent with heavy edited content every single day. But I guarantee you, if like they had like a day where they like were really sick or like they had like a super intense weekend, they might have to just skip a day or two. But for the average person who doesn't know how to get to that point yet, start with low edited content every single day, because once you find something that works and it's easy to edit, that's when you'll blow up. Like once you find a concept, like I did my motivation series, I could post like 10 episodes of that today if I wanted to. I'm not going to, just because I like making my other stuff and I have a consistent workflow. But I could literally make that video 50 times today, and I'd probably hit like 100K followers by tomorrow because that series just does so well for me. So like that series is doing well. It's easy to make. Boom. Recipe for success. Don't change anything. Just make it again and again in a different slight variation. That's the best way to go about consistency in my head to you on like random content tips, like how to go about thinking and your ideation and editing.
Motivation. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, off of that, like I feel like a lot of people, especially people starting off, they focus too much on the likes or the views, right? And I feel like that kind of demotivates them, right? Like for example, for me, it did demotivate me at some point, but then I remember we had a chat before as well, right? And you told me right now I'm just not that good at it, right? I just have to constantly do something new and something that will actually help me with it, right? What would you tell people to about stop focusing on the likes? Like, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I know it's easier said than done, but the only way you can do that is if you genuinely love the process. Like, if you're having fun making the video and you like pressing post, you're not gonna care about how it does. Like, for example, my videos, I've hit like 10 million views before on multiple different videos. The days that I've hit those videos is like wow, cool. And then you still plan on what you're gonna do next. Like that result is just a either a yay or a nay, but it doesn't affect what I was gonna post tomorrow. It doesn't affect a lot of different things. Like I would just continuously do what I was doing on a rolling basis. If you're so attached to the results, you're gonna get a 10 million view video that gets you like I don't know 600 followers, or sorry, like 1,000 followers, and like you're gonna be like, oh my god, yay! You're gonna go celebrate for the next 3 days, and now your account is gonna sit at 1,000 followers for the next 3 days. Like just because that video did well doesn't mean that that's all your account has to it. Like it's all about the next thing. Social media is so demanding that like you can't stop and celebrate your wins. Like it is like, oh my god, 10K, like I worked so hard for this. Boom, now I'm at like almost 14. Like you know what I mean? Like all I did was continue working after that. So that detaching from results is gonna come the results are gonna come when you detach from them and you fall in love with the process, because the results are temporary, the result is permanent. I mean the process is permanent, because you're gonna have to keep going after you see the results, even if you do. The only thing results I like to do is teach, like learn from them, right? Like it literally told you this worked to the algorithm, and just like how I mentioned before, format, hook, go and study what the hell that video had in it, because it wasn't just random crack. It was like designed to do well, and you didn't even know you designed it to do well.
Yeah, the detachment part, that's actually in my holy book, the Gita. It's where you detach yourself from the process and or detach
The
yourself
result,
from the result, right? And just enjoy the process of it, you know?
yeah.
And I feel like that goes with literally anything, anything that goes with. All you have to do is actually enjoy that process. The results will come later. And it's something I'm not even trying to be a hypocrite. I feel like I still have to work on that, right? I still have to work on that in my personal life, in my content creation, professional life, right? And I feel like that's the hardest part. But I know the more I do it, the better I'm gonna get at it, the more I'm gonna fall in love with the process. And like even currently right now, even making these podcast episodes, I don't even really care about the results, right? I really just like the process. I like to talk with other people. Like I like talking with you, right? I like
Yeah.
talking with the six other people that I did the podcast with. Because mainly for me, I like to get to know other people more, right? I like to know deeply more rather than just the surface level.
Mhm.
I just go deeper with them. I'm like, why do you do this thing or why do you do a certain thing? Their beliefs or whatever it may be. So I kind of like that part more so of for me personally, right?
As long as you're not lying to yourself, you know, like if you're just saying you like that stuff, but you don't actually enjoy it, and you have to sit there editing it and you don't actually enjoy it. So don't lie to yourself. Like genuinely find something you have um like interest in. I had a content creator tell me she was gonna make like videos about AI and startups and stuff because she saw other people doing it. And then on the call with me, she just talked about like all the books she thinks I should read. And I was like, why don't you just make content about that? Like reading
Mm.
people is such a good skill that I think you're right about the books that you told me. But like make a video series of this saying like, if you're an extroverted person, this book would be good for you. If you're like a person who's sad all the time, this book would be good for you. And you dive into like that. Like you would literally have authors coming and giving you books at one point to tell people that this book is good for that type of person. Like I was like, why are you pretending what your attraction and passion is about? Like that's the biggest thing. And like what you said about like detaching from results, trust me, I'm not any different. Like I'll see a video that I think was gonna do well, it doesn't do well. I'm like, oh shit, like what the heck? But detaching is not the emotion. Like obviously you're gonna get that dopamine rush when you see, holy shoot, my video is like doing well. But detaching is just the process behind it. Like my emotion will be either a happy or sad, but my work will still be what my work was gonna be. That's what I mean by detaching. Like you're allowed to have feelings. Like I'm not saying like you're a robot milking out content every single day and getting one view and like being happy with it.
Yeah.
But if you got one view, like you should know what you did wrong and just don't ever make a video like that ever again.
Exactly.
You can make the
Exactly.
same concept, just not the same
Yeah.
style. Like the style you picked was bad.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, like everything is just about making the mistake, learning, right? It's just kind of learning process. Speaking of mistakes, actually, like I've made multiple mistakes in my life, right? I want to ask you about your biggest mistake that you possibly made, right? And what did you learn from it? And what has that how come been
Biggest mistake in terms of content or in just anything?
in general? In general.
General, yeah. Biggest mistake is just like listening to people. I know it's a weird thing to say, but nobody's been in your exact shoes before. Like, there's a way to learn from people who like have similar stories and like kind of understand where they did. And I think that's very important. I have coffee chats with people who are in the industry in positions that I want all the time. But I mean, listening to people to a T, like you're taking their advice exactly how they're saying it because you think you're just gonna rinse and repeat what they did. Your life is entirely unique. You're in a completely different scenario. Maybe they did things differently 10 years ago. Maybe someone's gonna do things differently 10 years from now. Like, don't listen to people who are bringing you down. If somebody doesn't see your vision, maybe you post a video that they said wasn't gonna do well, it doesn't do well, and you're just like, man, they were right. No, maybe the concept was great. Your hook was terrible. You took too long to get to the point. You make the same video again, it could get a million views. Like, I did a bunch of collabs with a guy named Ariel, and like we tried two different variations of the video, and we actually launched this one before even testing the other. So we put this one in a test, we put this one on a main, and it got like 4K views, which is not bad. But then the actual main one got 400K views. The
That
all it was the exact same video, different hook. Like that's it. That was the only difference. So imagine if like I just told him like, yeah, let's only post one, and then he was like, nah, this one's gonna do better, and then I just trusted him forever. Like, it's you gotta stand your ground on a lot of your ideas because the only person that's gonna know it's not gonna be me, it's not gonna be Yash, it's gonna be the algorithm that's gonna tell you if your video is good or not, and like people who are enjoying it or not. So like that's my biggest mistake is just listening to people who are like don't see the bigger picture. Like you gotta trust in yourself. Like I've said no to a lot of contracts before that a lot of people think I should have taken. Like I don't know how to tell you. Like I generally didn't think it was for me. I didn't think it was good for my brand. But now we're here. So yeah.
it's just a trial and error.
Yeah,
Trial
yeah.
and error process. Yeah, absolutely. And um sorry, what was I gonna ask? Yeah, I was gonna say that I feel like yes, I do agree as well. We're brown, right? Our parents, they most of the time they tell us we should be doing engineering, lawyer,
Yeah.
or anything else,
Doctor.
right? But the other person doesn't want to do it, right? How would you tell that person to go about their career?
Yeah, no, it's hard when it's like parental. Like I know especially brown people and like the pressures around you. But the biggest thing you understand is like you are gonna have to be in your room alone by yourself. You're gonna have to live with that decision for yourself. Like that's the biggest thing for me is like regardless of what somebody says or somebody wants, like your heart and your brain are the ones going to tell you something. And that's where it's going to be like, you have to live with that decision. So just remember that, like, even if it's hard, you have to break off people. Like, I'm hoping it's not your parents, but people will understand if you show them your passion and what you really wanted to do with your life. And it got there. Like, I don't know. If you wanted to like live in a van and like travel around like all of Canada, I'm pretty sure your brown parent would not be happy. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really what you wanted to do. Like, maybe wait till you're older and you move out and then go and do it. Like that should not be something you never do in your life if that's something you really want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people they really do they want to do different things. They want to do a bunch of different things, but a lot of people they don't really believe in them, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like that just comes into factor where you got to believe in yourself before anybody else believes in you,
yeah,
right? I always tell this to other people. You have to trust yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to love yourself. I think that's the biggest part, right? A lot of people, they don't love themselves before loving suppose in a relationship, they don't love themselves
yeah,
before loving another. Or if they don't believe in an idea that they thought it could have been good, right? But obviously it's not going to work out if you don't believe in yourself, right? And I feel like all of those factor in,
yeah.
you
I
know?
think like the first thing you said about believing yourself, like that's definitely the max or minimum thing that you need to be doing. Like that's where it all starts. Like why would you expect anyone to give you the time of day if you're not giving yourself the time of day?
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about your McMaster experience. How was your first year all the way till your last year like?
Sorry, I had someone on my door. Say
Oh
it
yeah,
again.
no. I want to talk about your McMaster experience. How was your first year all the way to your last year experience like?
Yeah, yeah. First year I was fully online, so like I was a COVID baby. I had my entire first year of school stripped from me. I was just this was my class, like what we're doing right now.
Mhm.
So it's pretty hard to get involved, very hard to like meet people. It was just program specific of where I had everybody in my like life. Second year was hybrid, so like I commuted. Third year was when I really lived the university experience because I moved out. I think it's really important to move out for university just because you learn like a lot of like life stuff too, like laundry, like how to cook, like doing things on your own time. Like no one's gonna babysit you, kind of thing. And it lets you give the time to like clubs and extracurriculars. My biggest regret is not starting content early. I wish I did because it exposed you to the community around you much better. Um, I think engineering itself is not a difficult program. Anyone watching this going to engineering, it's not hard. The only thing hard, like if I threw Yash or like anybody that even doesn't even know anything about technical stuff into an engineering class, one class, they would be like, yeah, it made sense. And I'm like, yeah, it did. But the hard part about engineering is having six of those consecutive classes with slightly hard concepts to grasp is what makes it difficult, because the second you're behind in one, you might be behind in a lot of things. It's just a buildup of consistent um, what's the word? Like you prioritize different prioritization levels of knowing what to do and what to work on and when to work on it. That's the biggest thing engineering teaches you. If you had one engineering class and I gave you a year to do it, you'd get an A plus. Like I promise you. Time and like the amount of work you're getting is the only thing that's hard for this program, because that level of understanding of a concept might be just slightly enough to not have you enough time to get. That's literally it. So if you're really grinding and you're understanding the classes that you know you're gonna lack in, then you'll be fine. Like it's all about how much you can prioritize the work you're doing. And then I don't know about like anybody else, but I was pretty free during my undergrad. Like if I didn't have anything to do, I was pretty free. Like Tuesday, Monday to Wednesday, sometimes I did nothing, like no work. So when people say like they're grinding all the time, it's like, yeah, sure, but like all I needed was like 2 3 days to study for a test. So like as long as I had that and the assignments, you're working with the collaborative peers who are like, I'm doing an assignment for one class, so my bro is gonna do the other assignment for a different class, and then we're just gonna help each other when it's the time to switch. It's like if you're not maximizing the people around you like that, it's like you're kind of gonna fall behind. So that's why it's been pretty easy throughout the undergrad. But I wish my first year self knew that, of like it's not by yourself. Like there are a lot of university programs out there where everyone's your competition. Like Waterloo, like when you're applying through like your we Waterloo Works or whatever, like you have to get ranked by a company. Like that point, yeah, everyone is your competition. For me, it's like I'm trying to go into like hardware. My bro in the same program is like doing like software, like AI automation, and I'm like, okay, you're not even in the same realm as me, so I don't care if you're passing or getting hundreds in all your classes, you know. So it's like that's why I think like master engineering is way more of a community where like everyone's just helping each other. Like I only know like two people in the program who didn't like each other, kind of thing. Like everyone else was kind of on the same page, same board, like showing love to each other.
Damn, yeah. So who are the two people?
Me and
Yeah,
you.
I'm playing. Yeah. So, but like, what did you do in order to kind of make sure you never fell behind?
Yeah, yeah. So that like what I said of like working with others is one thing. Um, not even fall behind, like maybe shaping the question differently, but like to maximize my experience is I got involved with stuff that I enjoyed. And I know that's kind of dumb to say when you're like, yeah, it's university club, so like there's only a certain amount of it you can like, bro, I was on the part of the McMaster Rocket League team. That's already a video game.
That's
Like
so
anything
sick.
anything that you can think of that you enjoy, there's other people who enjoy it out there, and at a university, there's guaranteed somebody who enjoys it out there. Like there's probably already a established club or organization that does something that you enjoy. Like, and there were people in the Rocket League, the server, that weren't even good. Like, they just enjoyed the game, so they would play in-house games with us. Like, even though I was like top 100 in the world and I was playing competitively at like a master level, representing the school, even if you're not that good, but you like the game and you want to play with the community of people who play it, they'd exist. Like, there's a Valorant, East, like League of Legends, like CS:GO team at McMaster, like, any
Wait,
COD,
really?
yeah, there's a COD team at McMaster. Like I know somebody on the COD team, one of my
Yeah.
boys, and he like didn't even come to school. Like he genuinely just played COD for Mac. Like anything you can think of, your university or like anybody else's university probably has an organization for that as well. You just gotta find the people who are connected and involved with it, and like it'll be good. Like that's what I'm saying. You play chess. I'm pretty sure there's a chess club at your school. You play anything you can think of, a club of it exists at your school. So get involved with something like that, where it doesn't even have to be academic, doesn't have to be anything. But I still talk about the McMaster Rocket League team in my interviews. Like I'm like, I got involved with something that nobody had to tell me to get involved with. That's initiative to its best, and it adds to your like life of like experience. Um, and yeah, that's how I got around. Like even the question that you said about like people and like prioritizing and whatever, that came from knowing the people through the Rock League team, Delta Hacks, like hackathons that I ran, like different clubs that I've been part of. So yeah, that's kind of how it all shapes together of how you make it something to be.
Bro, I feel like clubs are actually kind of the best part for me too, because I've joined multiple clubs starting from my first year all the way to the year I am now, right? but I'm low key retired now. I can't deal with another club position. But like even this summer, I'm a maroon, right? I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing that, right? It's about meeting new people. It's about really helping out, creating new things, maybe even creating new games for the welcome week, right? So yeah, I definitely do feel like clubs actually kind of shaped me, right? Even starting from the first semester of second year, it really shaped me into who I am now, right? It helped me know how to deal with people, right? I'm not saying they weren't like I'm not saying they weren't bad, right? But there were in certain instances where I had to deal with that person in a certain way, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a glimpse about how work life may be, right? Okay, I kind of got to deal with it in this sort of sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that
So,
makes sense.
sorry. Oh yeah. So coming out of McMaster, engineering, content, growth, all of it. How do you feel right now? Like, how does life feel? Does it feel exciting, scary, peaceful, confusing? How do you feel?
Yeah, I started like maximizing like how much like money I can make from content just because like while you're doing nothing, it's like why not just explore this option. And then when I started getting like ramped up like deals and stuff, I started realizing how people make this like their full time thing. So I was kind of leaning towards that. Obviously growth is so great. I'm good at it. It's been fun. Still doing stuff with Polarity, but it's ending soon. And then I actually got an offer from like a company for like a regular corporate job, and I was like sitting there and I was like, do I even take this? Like that's the level of like fun that I was having with what I was doing. Like as long as I could just start making an income from it, enjoying this much fun, if this was my life every single day, I'd be so happy. Um, but I did end up like accepting the offer. I'm gonna announce it on LinkedIn soon. But so I'm gonna go back to a corporate lifestyle, but work it it has a really good work life balance so that after 5 o'clock, like my life is mine again. It's like you'll never have to work on it after hours. So at that point where I'm like, I could easily still do content while doing this job. And I think that's why I started or I accepted it. So I'm gonna have to do this like corporate balance of like corporate stuff, but social media on the side as well, and just maximize like how much I can build a career off of this thing. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not gonna stop making content, but like pedal to the metal, just trying to get to the like moon of like just growing as fast as I can now. Like that motivation series, like that's literally just me playing the game. You know what I mean? I've had so many stuff like that where I've made a good video, it did well, and then I don't recreate it. You know what I mean? Because I was too lazy, or I was like, I don't really care to. But now I'm on a point of like that number to my name is gonna bring me more opportunities. I'm like, screw it, I might as well just play the game, gain as much followers as I can, and then just get to a point where I'm like so big that I find out what I want to do with that much influence on people. Like we'll have to see. Like just a ball rolling basis. Like I still have a lot of fun stuff planned for the summer. Like I love camping, going out there, um, to the backcountry. And yeah, we'll just have to see. Like in a career sense, I definitely still want to work like big tech eventually. I think a product role would be something I would enjoy enough that it's like I'm having fun in my career and then making content about it. That's definitely where I think I would want to be. But until then, like however the stars align, kind of thing, I'll just have to wait and like make sure that it happens the way it should happen.
True. Yeah. Low key working in a tech startup would be that's kind of my ideal way
Yeah.
to go, right? Even though I'm a finance student, right? I've been making I've created agentic AIs, right? I have
Hmm.
my own Mac Mini, right? Along
Yeah.
with my brother, he taught me how to create all these things, and it's so interesting, bro. Like it's actually genuinely like, yo, this is crazy about how AI is doing a lot of these
Yeah.
things, right? Have you started creating some of these things?
Yeah. Yeah. Like a lot of that stuff is just like at one point an agent's gonna do everything you did on your morning routine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're not utilizing AI in that sense, like you're pretty behind. Um, Not in the sense that I'm not there. Like I understand it all. I just haven't like implemented. I don't even have a Mac Mini or whatever. But like, I'm just around so many people in that space. Like talking about like the YC startup school that's coming up in July. Like there's so much stuff that's like I didn't even know existed. But since I'm around the people that know about it, like I'm getting involved in. So that sort of stuff is like good in the terms of like AI startup. I think you really have to enjoy the startup product so much that you're addicted to like working on it. I think I haven't found a startup like that yet. So like that's why I haven't been like a full time position at any of these startups. I'm usually more just like a growth role or like talking about them on the internet and getting paid for it kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know if the startup comes by, maybe even my own startup of like something I really really enjoy and I think people would use, then I would get to that point of like making this a full time thing. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of what I'm also kind of looking for, right? Because bro, it's actually super super interesting. I feel like I'm slowly starting to find what I actually enjoy when it comes to work, right? Which is kind of going in that fintech direction, right? Because at first, I wanted to solely only do finance, but then I realized it's boring. I'm literally working a finance internship right now. It's genuinely, bro, I'm actually so bored in my life. It's like, bro, what am I doing? Right? But obviously it's a process. You just gotta learn from it, right? And honestly, I don't even mind. I'm still getting experience at the end of the day, right? I'm still
But at
grateful
least you
for it.
also learned that you don't like it too. Like that's a big
Yeah.
skill too. Like you could have just continued doing that for your whole career and life, and then get a one time job later, and then it's like now you can't break out. At least
Mhm.
you're still young. You figured out you don't like it, so you know where you want to pivot like your career into.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends. We were talking about what we really want to do. Obviously, like I'm still kind of finding that. I'm finding my interests. Like I'm that's why I'm doing all of these different things. I'm working on multiple projects. I'm doing these other clubs. I'm still trying to find that, but sometimes I feel afraid like I won't find it by the time I end university. You know what I mean? I don't know if you felt the same
But
way.
I think that fear is common. Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
how would you know when you're gonna find it? Yeah, so you just have to. That's why I like getting my hands on everything to find out what I like and don't like. Like even growth, like I've liked it so much, but I don't even know if it'll be something I do full time, like leading a growth team. But again, I haven't even done it yet to know I don't like it. And like right now, I say I want to have product management roles, but like maybe I get a product management role and I hate it. Right? Like it's just assuming because you know yourself the best what you would like, but until you get there, you won't even know. So you have to get there for each individual spot. But I know a lot of people give me the comfort of like, once you're out of your degree, it doesn't mean like you're stuck and you're not solidified into like, one area. Like my business teacher in high school said she was a CPA at like the Big Four before, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, then how did you get into teaching? I don't even know. Maybe I'll become a professor one day too. Like full circle moment. Like who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're not solidified. You're not concrete stuck down. So you'll figure it out as you open new roles. You have to be open to getting roles that you never even thought you'd like to find out if you like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree with that. That's why you just got to kind of accept the things like the opportunities that you get, right? Actually just explore. I always tell a lot of people don't solidify one thing, right? Try different things. If you like it, you might like it. For example, marketing, right? I can't lie, I used to shit on marketing until I actually started doing something on my own, right? I actually started doing a little bit of personal branding, marketing, found out I enjoy it, right? Who knows? Maybe in the future I might do something like this. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So that goes into the question I want to ask you, do you think the goal is to find your purpose or to keep doing things until your purpose reveals itself or like it finds you?
Yeah. For myself, I think like I already know what my purpose for my content is. And I think it's sharing that light into like being the happy person that I am to motivate people to go and do what they want to do with their life. Like I definitely think helping others is a key thing that I want to do with this. In terms of my own self, I definitely think you have to just keep finding what it is that allows you to feel fulfilled in your time, like your small time on this planet. And for me, that's why I think content is never going to leave my life because that helping people aspect is like deeply rooted in like my morals. Um, in terms of career, that's why I think even the ideal job for me is something that helps people as well and pays a lot. So yeah, when we get there, it'll find itself out. But yeah, that's like how I'm kind of doing my half corporate, half social media thing because I think both of those are allowing me to get back on my feet in terms of like income and whatever, but allowing me to like excel into whatever path I want to take.
Hell yeah, bro. I love that answer. I have one final question for you.
Sure.
What is your meaning of life?
My meaning of life is finding people to smile through it with. Like I think I can never be happy alone in like a sad sense. Not that I'm like when this call ends, I'm gonna be in my room like sad and shit. But
Yeah.
I think joy comes in sharing experiences, and I think we you have somebody that you're meant to meet, you have somebody that you're meant to like grow with, like your wife or whatever. You're meant to go on and like serve and go to the afterlife and whatever. Like that's like more religious and like back life. But for the time you're on this planet, that's I think meeting and helping people is what like the overall life sense is made to experience it with.
Awesome. I love that answer, bro. Bro, once again, Areeb, thank you for coming on. You gave me very good advice as well on how to actually start the content on what you actually like. And I know it's gonna help other people who want to do the same thing, right? You've also given good advice on the first like what the first years could come and do, clubs, different things. Once again, thank you for coming on, Areeb.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone go show Yash some love. He doesn't give himself enough credit for how much work he actually puts into something like this. And like stepping out of your comfort zone is not easy. So the fact that you're seeing two guys on your screen doing it, you guys got to show some love. Appreciate
Hell
it,
yeah.
man. It means a lot.
Thank you for coming on, bro.